15 minutes past the hour now, live from Lynn University in Boca Raton, ahead of the final presidential debate tonight, often lost in the back and forth over the deadly attack in Libya, is the United States' decision last year to help the rebels overthrow the former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. A number of analysts have now suggested that the U.S.-led airstrikes helped create the instability that is plaguing Libya now. And joining us is our senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, I remember this time last year on this program, we called Libya the not war, because it kind of was the war that was not a war, that we weren't going to do anything, that war. And then every day it seemed there was a little bit more going on in the not war. And finally, it was actually a war, and we were actually doing things. And now it appears it's biting them on the butt.
It sure is, Shep. And you may recall that the president announced while the Congress was on spring break that he had decided to participate in the bombing of Libya, and, quote, there wouldn't be any boots on the ground. I guess by boots on the ground, he meant there wouldn't be any active duty military on the ground. Right. There were military in the skies and the planes that were bombing, and there were intelligence officers on the ground guiding the pilots in the skies as to where to bomb. Bottom line is, as a result of that bombing, we, the United States of America, without a declaration of war by the Congress, in an effort to join the European elites and the militias that were trying to get rid of the monster Gaddafi, not only destroyed him, destroyed his government, destroyed his military, destroyed the national police, destroyed the national intelligence forces, destroyed the local police, as well as infrastructure. Is it any wonder, some of us have argued, Shep, that the so-called rule of law in Libya is now the rule of roving gangs of militias, at least one of which killed our ambassador and his likely intelligence agency colleagues?
This sounds like the blame America sort of policy that I don't know, that you don't normally want hung on your own neck.
Well, this is a blame the Obama administration for
that's America.
Well, that's the president of the United States making a decision that's not in the best interest of the United States, or not in the best interest of peace, in the long-term peace in the Middle East, because he was warned by the same intelligence agencies whose warnings he's looking the other way from now, that the people who would take over from Colonel Gaddafi were some of the same people that we had been fighting against in Afghanistan and Iraq. And sure enough, one of the first things they did after Gaddafi was killed was to open up the jails. And who came out? Some people that had formerly been incarcerated by us in Guantanamo Bay. So this is a mess that the president has created that, unfortunately for him, 2 weeks from Election Day, seems to be getting worse the more we learn about it.
An interesting take on that, Judge Napolitano.